Okay, here we go. We got a live going. I haven't done one of these for a long time, and actually, I've never done one on Instagram. So here we go. So I have my Instagram going up here. I got my YouTube going down here. If you want to watch a replay of this, you can go on either one. I'll post them on probably IGTV and my YouTube. But today, this is going to be a 3-part series, guys. And I'm super pumped to share this because this is like, I know everybody knows me for doing mountains, right? I love mountains, love my mountains. But today we're going over social media. Specifically, we're going over social media if you are an outdoor creator or you want to be an outdoor creator, which is, I guess, what I like to think of myself as. So if you want to do that, this is going to be super valuable for you. This is the best time probably since the early 2010s to grow on social media. And I know that's probably like a buzzy thing to say, but this truly, truly is like the best time to grow on social media. And here's why. TikTok came along in 2019, 2020, right? And during that time, it was relatively new. A lot of people started realizing the value of short form videos. And as you can see, probably on Instagram, YouTube, as well as obviously TikTok, short form video is the king right now. So, what does that mean for all of us as people that are trying to get into this niche? That simply means that the demand is high and the supply is low. And what I mean by that is that there is just not that many creators that are doing short form video and that are good at short form video currently. So this is where we come in as creators or somebody that wants to be a social media creator. I'm going to kind of rewind a second to get into my story on this. I want to rewind real quick back to 2020. I had just finished the John Muir Trail, and I had been posting on TikTok kind of regularly for probably 6 months. It was during the pandemic, right? And my brother told me to listen to some of Gary V's stuff. I listened to some of his stuff, and right away it clicked for me that I should probably get on this TikTok train. I posted for probably 6 to 9 months. Nothing much happened. Now, prior to this, I had been trying to grow on Instagram for years. I mean, I would post pictures every single day, 7 days a week. And I had like 1,000 followers after 2 to 3 years. So when I got onto TikTok, it was pretty refreshing. Fast forward to September 2020, I posted a video about Nor Rice Sides, which is a thru hiker staple. And all of a sudden, it absolutely blew up. Got like 6,000 views in 10 minutes or something like that. And it basically changed my life. Ever since that point in 2020, September 2020, I have been going hard on short form video content. And again, the reason why I have been going hard in this is because of a couple of things that I noticed. I want you to think back to pre-2020, 2019. You would follow somebody on Instagram and they would have a ton of followers, right? And you're like, well, how the heck did they get so many followers? And why is it so hard for me to build my following? Like, how come I'm not getting thousands and thousands of followers, right? And as I just look at my thing right now, Reels is where it's at in IG. Yes, we're going to get into that in a second here. And why is it so hard for me to grow my following? And the problem is that the market was so oversaturated at that point. Okay. It's like real estate. You want to try moving to Florida or Boise or Austin right now? It's very popular, right? But prior to that, prices were cheaper. And that's because it was underpriced. It was underpriced attention. That's how short form video is now. So like the comment just said there in my messages, Reels is the way to go. When the Instagram CEO says that Instagram is no longer a photo platform, that is your cue to not do any more photos unless like you absolutely have to. But Reels is the way to go. And again, the reason it's the way to go is because it's high organic reach. High organic reach just simply means that a lot of eyeballs are going to see it because, again, there's not a lot of supply there. Now, Instagram and YouTube are both pushing short form videos super hard because they're trying to compete with TikTok. If you notice on YouTube, they have YouTube Shorts and it's right on the homepage. Instagram, they have their own explore page for Reels. If you go and you search a hashtag, the Reels are the biggest thing there next to the photos. Okay. So they're really prioritizing this. And this is going to stay around for a while, guys, because social media is the new advertising. Back in the day, we weren't able to do this. It was TV, radio, billboards. That's how businesses would market their products. Nowadays, they know that it's very cheap. It's much cheaper to pay an influencer or just a regular creator to post something about a product rather than do a TV commercial. But that's not the coolest part for us, because the coolest part is that you don't necessarily need to post it on your own account. So what do I mean by that? You can work for your favorite brand. And it's 100% possible because they are now they're seeing the power of the short form content, but they don't have people in-house that understand that language yet. So when I talked about that post changing my life in 2020, I see one of my old roommate just joined. He was next to me when this happened, and I was like, wow, like, oh my God, I have 6,000 views in like 20 minutes or whatever. And it just kept going and going and going and going. And I gained like 6,000 followers on TikTok. That changed my life. I now have worked for, or am working for, Element, Amazon, Mountain House. I've worked for Apple, Koros, Arctic, Ultra, all these different places because of one post went viral. So that leads me into common objections. Common objections. Let me pull this up because I just lost it. Okay, common objections to why you or I can't grow on social media, or we can't make this happen. Number one, nobody wants to watch my content. Thought the same thing. You need to find the correct audience or the correct niche for what you're posting for. And so what I recommend is you do niche down. There is a niche for everything. Okay. Knitting, blacksmithing, anime, literally My Little Pony. I read a book, a YouTube algorithm book that was talking about My Little Pony, right? Now, My Little Pony, they call themselves like, I don't know what they call themselves, but they have like their own Reddit and everything. So if My Little Pony has a niche and a subgroup and people that will post content that resonates with that group, then whatever it is that you're interested in, you can do. There is people that will watch your content. The keys to this, though, here's the keys. You have to do this with every single one of your posts. And if you don't do it, you will see posts underperform. And that is, you have to either inspire, educate, or entertain. Those are the three things. Those are the three concepts that you need to know, and that, like, write them on your wall, because those are the things that will take a video to go viral. When I talked about the first video that went viral for me, it educated people on something that would make their lives easier when they were through hiking. So number two, the market is too saturated and I don't have enough followers currently. Again, this goes back to the organic reach. It's extremely high right now for short form content. For photos are kind of dead. I mean, if you look at my page, I haven't posted a photo since Nam pretty much. And when I post a photo, it's something that is like super kind of irrelevant to usually what I'm talking about. But again, it's because there is low supply. There's not enough creators that are creating for short form content. And additionally, all these Instagram, YouTube are trying to compete with TikTok. So they're really pushing this content. Also, TikTok is getting into SEO right now. SEO stands for search engine optimization. There was a article that said there was 40% of Gen Z, which is, the generation younger than I am, that are using TikTok over Google to use for search. Now that's crazy if you think about it. So that number will probably go up. So again, there's going to be a lot more demand for people making short form content, specifically on TikTok. Now, 3, I don't have a degree. I don't have a degree in social media. Let me tell you, my degree is so far removed from social media. I mean, I do sometimes wonder how I even got into it. And so my degree was in criminal justice, has nothing to do with social media. I mean, I'm 30. I mean, I kind of grew up with social media, but not really. So I just started understanding it within the last probably 3 years. So you can absolutely do this without having a degree. And that's like one of the coolest parts. And I think, oh man, I got sweat right there. I just got back from the sauna too, by the way. But you don't need a degree to do this. If you just have the passion for whatever it is that you're doing it, what I think about in my head is, if I think about it in my head, you just need to document what it is that you like to do. That's how I originally got into it, is because I figured, hey, I was doing what I thought was cool adventures. Maybe other people want to see it. And I ended up posting stories on my Instagram back in 2019 when I was doing a section hike of the PCT, and it resonated with a lot of people. So I kept going on with that. Now, social media it's creative. If you are like already naturally creative, you're going to have a good time with this, but maybe you don't even think you're creative. I would still explore you to try it. I was never creative in school. And the fact is that I thought that to be the creative, you had to be good at art or something like that. We got a comment. You are funny. Not everyone is funny. Well, thanks. I don't really think I'm that funny, but so the thing with, yes, funny sells for sure. But if you go back to inspire, educate, or entertain, funny is kind of in that entertain group. There's 2 more concepts that you could hit there though: educate or inspire. Do you think of first person that pops in my head is, I don't know if you follow him, but he's got like 1 million followers right now, Cameron Haynes on Instagram. He doesn't do anything funny. He just inspires people to go run a lot. Nick Bear on Instagram inspires people to run a lot and work out. David Goggins, same thing. So that's like inspiration, right? What's up, Brett? Yeah, so that's my brother right there that just left a comment. I gotta say, I gotta thank him for getting me on the Gary Vee train, because that was part of this whole thing. And one thing with educating audience, I have seen that educating audience has done well on certain platforms versus others. In YouTube, it's really powerful. My shorts on YouTube do really well, my educational ones, and they do okay on TikTok. And then they don't do that. They underperform to funnier videos on Instagram. So it kind of just really depends on your niche. Yeah, I am definitely a curmudgeon. I like that. All right, I don't have time. This is a good gripe. This is valid. What I would have to say for this is there are so many ways to strategically batch your content. So there's different strategies, right? So you could select one day where you can just create like all your content in one day. So what I mean is you film 3 to 4 videos in a day, and then the next day you spend editing them or something. And now you have 4 videos for 4 days that you can upload 1, 2, 3, 4, and you don't have to worry about anything that on those days. So batching content is super, super key. But the best thing, here's the best thing. You want to know the best thing about short form content, video content? The fact that you can create a TikTok and you can repurpose it for Instagram and YouTube. You're hitting 3 platforms with one video. So 3 to 1. All you have to do is put it in a watermark remover, and that just simply gets rid of the TikTok watermark, Instagram watermark, or whatever. And then you just upload it into YouTube, Instagram, boom, you're done. Okay. It's literally that easy. Literally that easy. Would you say you could have 2 niches at the same time? Yeah, I think you could. Absolutely. I think I kind of almost have two niches. I mean, I kind of have the hiking one, but I also do like mountaineering, trail running, all that type of stuff. I maybe it might be encapsulated into like outdoors. I would say if you have two niches, I would make sure that they're closely related. So again, like my stuff is basically under the umbrella of outdoors. It all kind of runs together. But if you're into hiking, but you're also posting knitting content on your same channel, I'd probably do two different accounts for that. What's up, Conley's sister? Biggest fan. I love it. Conley's awesome. I got to do another collab with her. Oh my gosh, I got a badge. That's the first time. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that, man. That makes me happy. You're the man. Appreciate that. All right. Next one is no one will pay me. No one will pay me. If you do a quick search, I want you, after this video, I want you to go and I want you to do a quick search of Indeed. And I want you to just look for, just search the keyword social media. You are going to find people that are hiring for social media remotely, which obviously we know remote work is the shit, right? Like it's awesome. Remote social media work for all these brands will be on Indeed, literally just on Indeed. So that's what I'm talking about, where you don't need to have like thousands and thousands of followers on your personal account. You can actually run another brand's account and get paid really well. On the other hand, yes, you can, if you do build your own account, then you also can do it on your account as well. And then you have kind of two things going. I do recommend obviously posting on your own account, because that is kind of a online portfolio, online resume for a brand that you might want to work with. Okay, this is a really good one, because I found that, or this was actually one of the things that I had in my survey, was I don't want to ruin my passion, especially if outdoors is your passion. This is a super valid response, or this is a super valid concern. Now, for me, I think I like the videography. I like taking pictures and doing that on my outdoor adventures. I think it adds to it, because I have to really look about how I'm going to craft a story, what creative angles I can see and take pictures of or take videos of, or it just kind of gets me it kind of takes me out of it, but it also takes me into the moment in a different realm. Then when I'm editing stuff, especially longer form stuff for like YouTube, I get to relive that entire story. And then a lot of times I like to watch it back. It puts me back into that situation. So it's a really good way to get back into that mindset of when you were actually on that adventure. But there is people that burn out. I think if for me, I'm kind of obsessed with it. So, and I have a obsessive personality. So I'm not really concerned about it. But another thing is that you can think of it as it's benefiting you, because you can write this stuff off on your taxes. So I just went to Mount Rainier. I get to write that entire trip off to Mount Rainier in gas on my taxes. I just put it in my QuickBooks, mileage, boom, and it deducts. So also like the food that I got for that, I can deduct it from my tax return, So, hey, it's a benefit. It kind of keeps you in the game. It makes you not feel as bad if you're crushing 3 tanks of gas to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The other thing you can do with this to avoid burning out or ruining your passion is you can always charge more, especially if you are just a solo person doing it on your account. Charge more so you have to do less work. So you're not doing, 10 videos for X amount of money. You can do 5 videos for the same amount of money. What job do I say I have when I put that on my tax form? So right now I just actually redid my business as a S corp. I was just a sole prop, but it's a little bit confusing. They don't really have a actual job for like a creator. So like when I go into Chase and I have a business account there, and they're like, "Well, what's your business?" And I'm like, "Well, I kind of do this and I do that and I post this." and they're a little bit confused. I don't even know what they put it as, but that's something for the bank to do, which is something I really recommend. A little bit off topic, but when you do start getting paid, you really want to make sure, this is super, super important, guys. You really want to make sure that you are you create a business account for yourself, so you're not trying to separate out your personal expenses from your business expenses on your taxes, which is extremely confusing. Take it from somebody that's done this before. Okay. So tomorrow at 4:45, not 4:45 a.m., which is what I screwed up with when I first put this on the live. Tomorrow at 4:45 a.m. or 4:45 p.m., I'm going to be going over 12 quick win strategies you can use to grow on Instagram and TikTok. We talked a lot about those two platforms today. And at the end, I'll be actually giving away my free ebook with it. So you'll kind of have it in a visual format as well. So I really appreciate everybody being on here. Let me know any other questions. Actually, let me just leave a little bit of time here. If there's any questions somebody wants to type in with growing on social media for this first video. So I'll leave a couple seconds for that. But if there isn't, just leave some questions when I post on Instagram, and then I will answer them before tomorrow's live. So yeah, any questions at all? I don't know. Does anybody want to see my setup here? I'll show you my setup. I guess on YouTube right here, I guess I can't really show you. I'll show you my setup. Well, there it went down. Got the lights, camera. This thing's pretty cool with all the gear. But anyway. All right, cool. That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow, 4:45. We're going to be going over 12 ways to grow on Instagram and TikTok. And thanks for coming today. See you later.